Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Being knowledgeable is a drive. Everyone wants to have the knowledge. But there is beyond knowledge, there is something beyond knowledge. And that is wisdom. Some of us heard about wisdom. Before I start my speech, I should say that I am actually practicing this script so that I can give it to the teenagers and not to this audience, so that they know what they have to do from now, so that they not only get the knowledge but they actually reach to the wisdom, or they have that virtue in their wisdom. And that for that I am doing this practice in front of you. I am taking this opportunity to do that script practice. Okay, so wisdom is not something that we can calculate, like I have this much wisdom, that much wisdom, but it's something, a virtue or a property that can be compared, like, or can be acquired. If you come across someone, then you know that yes, this guy has wisdom. So how to reach there? It's not only knowledge. You must have a lot of knowledge, you must have a lot of experience, you must have deep understanding about different aspects of the life. In real life, things go wrong and everything, how you handle, that becomes very important when you start gaining knowledge and later on handling the things. How you will get that virtue of wisdom? There are different things. Now, we psychologists are thinking it should be integration of knowledge, experience and understanding. The researchers are saying that it's a combination of social, emotional and cognitive processes that actually transmute you into the wisdom. But for the teenagers, like to begin with, how they can start? They should start with some basic things. Some of the basic things that I have captured here are the three things that they should concentrate. Those will help them to acquire as much knowledge as they want, as much experience as they want, and understanding. There will be social, emotional, and cognitive, and that will help us to become wisdom. This will be a small step that has to be started with from the beginning. The three aspects that those have to take care from the beginning are, the three aspects are, one is body, second is mind, and the third is spirituality. Let's talk about the first one, which is body. When you are a teenager, like have a practice, like you should wake up early. Waking up early gives you long time in a day. You can do lot of activities. Do the exercise for your body, so that your body is ready in the future to do the lot of hard work that you must do to gain an experience, to gain the knowledge. That is important. Concentrate on what you take in your mouth. That is what you are eating. Your health is depend on what you are eating. And even there are some research like your thought process or other things are dependent on what you are eating. So this is very important. Not only exercise, what you are eating. Try new things. Apart from gaining a knowledge, apart from gaining an experience, if you want something beyond that, keep on trying new things. Never settle down for what you are doing today. Come out of your comfort zone. Do the mistakes, learn from the mistakes. Try to find your mentor, from whom you can learn the new things, or from whom you can know what are the next opportunities for you. Those are the things you should keep in mind. Teenagers have a lot of time. The most important thing in their life they have is the time. They can try new things, they can fail, and they can again try different things. So, take the advantage of time. Sleep well. This is what will everything, if you do exercise, if you work a lot of things, and if you eat well, but you will still need sleep to make a complete combination and make your body healthy. That is the first thing. This was the first thing, body. Second thing is mind. Make your mind strong. How to make mind strong? Like I discussed in the beginning that there will be different situations in life and how you will tackle. So apart from body, you will need mind also. You will have different kind of emotional or other kind of situations in which you will need a concrete mind. How to make the mind concrete, or how to build the mind. The two things I will suggest is yoga and meditation. Once you practice regularly yoga, it can be a powerful way to relieve the anxiety and the cope with everyday stress. When you are trying to achieve wisdom, you are trying to get a lot of knowledge, experience, you are doing hard work, you definitely have a lot of stress on yourself. To relieve that stress, yoga and meditation will help you. Very simple type of yogas like you and the meditation practices you can do. For example, in the morning, sit inside a separate room, close your eyes for 2 minutes, see if you can concentrate. Don't allow any thoughts to come into your mind. That way you are actually making your mind powerful. Hear all the sounds. Try to hear the sounds. How many sounds I can hear? These are the things by which you can come over your mind itself. Next thing you can try is breathe very slowly. Breathe very slowly. Try to inhale and exhale very slowly. That is also part of yoga, and which is actually teenagers should try from the beginning, and then there are next steps. Third one is spirituality. Everyone should believe at least in one God. Pray that God regularly, because that gives you eternal power, the eternal feeling that someone is behind you and someone has his blessings with you. You will move confidently ahead along with your knowledge and experience and all the hard work that you have put in. These are the three things I want all of you to inculcate so that your journey towards wisdom becomes smooth. Thank you.
Deepak, I did not catch the name of your speech, so I titled it Knowledge versus Wisdom. The speech was an interesting speech. It had very clear structure and well-defined points. It was easy to mark things down and remember. Experience, knowledge, and understanding, or social, emotional, and cognitive as definitions of wisdom. And you spoke about how mind, body, and spirit, all three are involved, and some of the things that needed to be done. I wasn't so sure that the teenagers would get time as being the most important thing they have, since most of them are so busy. The first thought that goes through their mind is probably, what are you talking about? Your gestures were very natural. They were a little limited, but that was okay because you were giving more of a teaching kind of thing again. And you're not Italian, so you don't have to wave your arms all over the place. Your projection was much better than normal. I want to commend you on that. You've been working on that, and it's gotten from where it used to be that we could barely hear you to it was pretty easy to hear you today. Your diction, as always, is very good. I never have problems understanding your words if I can hear your voice, and that's said with somebody who has a hearing impairment. So Very, very good. You did look down more than I expected. And I don't know if you can do anything because of language issues, but your tone, even after all this time, you still have very little inflection and dynamic changes. I have a high voice too. I'm a tenor. And one of the things I had to work on when I was in seminary and speaking was to learn to drop my voice, because people tend to be able to listen to that better and it carries better. So you might want to actually make a concerted effort or training to drop your pitch. And then work on those dynamic changes as you're giving your speech. One other time you looked up into the air while you were thinking about what to say next. And that's fine in a way, but what I would suggest if you've got folks here in front of you, I learned as a performer, is look just over their heads. Then they think they're looking at you, or you're looking at them. But don't look them in the eyes, because then you'll forget what you're doing. I would challenge yourself by working on your pitch and your inflection. Your presentation is wonderful, your comfort level was obvious, and you were very aware of the group that you were with. And so, once again, I want to commend you on a great speech on wisdom, and your improvements has just been incredible. Thank you.